A charitable interpretation of what Senator Schumer is planning to do does not exist. It doesn't. He is going to either make a motion to table or to dismiss the work done by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Can the Senate simply dismiss impeachment articles without holding a trial? That question exploded in Washington when Senator John Kennedy accused Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of doing exactly that. And according to Kennedy, the move could break more than 200 years of Senate precedent. What followed was one of the most fiery press briefings on Capitol Hill.
And Senator Schumer is just going to dismiss that? Not even hold a trial? Because he thinks he has the votes and it's politically expedient? Isn't that special? And every one of you here know that if Republicans were doing the same thing, you would be catatonic and foaming at the mouth.
In this video, you'll see the moment John Kennedy blasted Chuck Schumer over the handling of the impeachment of DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. You'll hear Kennedy's warning about what skipping a trial could mean for the Constitution, and you'll understand why this battle is raising serious questions about Senate rules, impeachment precedent, and political accountability. Because this isn't just about one cabinet official, it's about how the Senate handles impeachment itself.
Okay, sorry. A charitable interpretation of what Senator Schumer is planning to do does not exist. It doesn't. He is going to either make a motion to table or to dismiss the work done by the U.S. House of Representatives. In our 200-plus year history, we have had 21 public officials impeached by the United States House of Representatives. We in the Senate have held trials in all but 3. In 3 instances, we dismissed the charges because the officials resigned. The other incident, we dismissed the charges because it involved a senator, and we did not believe we had the authority to hold an impeachment of a senator. Now, those are the facts. I fully expect Senator Schumer to try to muddy up the water to try to make it look deep. But this is really very simple. We're either going to follow Senate custom, Senate rules, and Senate history, or we are not. And if he chooses, and if he may have the votes to do it, but if he chooses to dismiss these impeachment articles without so much as a trial, as if it were just spam in the Democrats' inbox, it'll be further evidence that under this administration, the Senate has been rotting from within. Rotting from within. Under this administration, we don't do a budget anymore. The leadership just gets together and writes a bill. Sometimes they cut the budget bill, the omnibus, in 2 and make it 2 mini bills, but still does the same thing. This is just one more step. I mean, what are we here for? Impeaching a public official by the United States House of Representatives after months and months and months of investigation and witnesses, and then taking a vote, is one of the most solemn acts that the House can do. And Senator Schumer is just going to dismiss that? Not even hold a trial? Because he thinks he has the votes and it's politically expedient? Isn't that special? And every one of you here know that if Republicans were doing the same thing, you would be catatonic and foaming at the mouth. And that's what Chuck's doing. and it is wrong. And we're going to do everything we can to stop it. Now, originally, Senator Schumer had planned to do this on a Thursday, when everybody is trying to get back to their districts. Isn't that special? Wonder why he picked a Thursday. We have asked, and I understand the Speaker, I understand it's public now, the Speaker we asked him to delay sending over the articles until Monday, to at least give us a full week. We'll see if Senator Schumer honors the extra time. This is unconscionable, people. This ranks right up there with getting rid of the filibuster. We're either going to have a United States Senate as set up by founders, or we're not. And that's what's going on here.
A tense moment unfolded during a Senate Republican press briefing when Senator John Kennedy took aim at Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. The controversy centers on impeachment articles passed by the House of Representatives against DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. House Republicans accused Mayorkas of failing to enforce immigration laws and mishandling border security. But according to Kennedy, Schumer planned to dismiss those impeachment articles immediately once they reached the Senate. No trial, no witnesses, no full review of the charges. And Kennedy made it clear he believes that decision would undermine the Senate's constitutional role. Kennedy reminded reporters that impeachment is one of the most serious powers granted to Congress. Under the Constitution, the process works in two steps. First, the House of Representatives investigates and votes on impeachment articles. Then, the Senate holds a trial to determine whether the accused official should be removed from office. Kennedy argued that this two-step process is a fundamental part of the constitutional system. And historically, when the House sends impeachment articles to the Senate conducts a trial. That process has been followed through more than 2 centuries of American history. But Kennedy warned that Schumer planned to break from that tradition. According to Kennedy, the Senate Majority Leader intended to dismiss the impeachment articles outright rather than hold a full trial. That would mean no presentation of evidence, no witness testimony, no extended Senate debate over the charges. Kennedy argued that skipping a trial would effectively ignore the work of the House and short-circuit the constitutional process. In his view, the Senate has a responsibility to examine impeachment charges, not simply discard them. During the briefing, Kennedy delivered one of the lines that quickly grabbed attention in Washington. Mocking the idea that impeachment articles could simply be tossed aside, Kennedy responded with a sarcastic jab. "Isn't that special?" The remark drew reactions from reporters and lawmakers alike. For Kennedy, the point was clear. If the Senate dismisses impeachment articles without a trial, it risks turning impeachment into a purely political tool rather than a constitutional process. Kennedy also warned that such a move could damage the credibility of the Senate itself. If impeachment articles can simply be ignored for political convenience, he argued, the entire system of checks and balances becomes weaker. The founders designed impeachment as a shared responsibility. The House investigates and impeaches, the Senate holds the trial. By skipping the second step, Kennedy said, the Senate could undermine its own institutional integrity. If you want more breakdowns of the biggest clashes in Congress and the political battles shaping America's future, make sure to subscribe and stay informed. Kennedy also accused Democrats of applying a double standard. He argued that if Republicans attempted to dismiss impeachment articles in the same way, the backlash from media and political leaders would be immediate. But because Democrats hold the power, Kennedy said the rules appear to be changing. In his view, impeachment should not depend on which party holds power. It should follow the same constitutional process every time. The clash between John Kennedy and Chuck Schumer highlights a major constitutional debate unfolding in Washington. Should the Senate hold a full impeachment trial for Alejandro Mayorkas, or can the Senate leadership dismiss the charges without one? For Kennedy and many Republicans,